Hello, CYO parents. Welcome to our fall season here in the fall of 2022. I'm Dobie Moser. I'm the director of CYO. First, we're just really excited and happy to have you back. This past year, we had over 20,000 children participating in 11 different CYO sports throughout the course of the year. It was a terrific year in so many ways. We had, as an example, even heading into this year, we have given away over $52,000 to CYO programs so that no child gets turned away from playing in CYO in any of our sports. That's through the Good Shepherd Fund. A lot of good things happening out there, and I want to be clear, we understand the way that happens is because you as parents do the grunt work. And I know that's not always easy, it's not always fun. You're there at practices, before and after games, doing all those things to make CYO work. So thank you for your part. We consider it a privilege and an honor to serve you and your children to have a great experience in CYO athletics. Secondly, I know you've heard this, but I want you to keep reflecting on it. We are in the memory making business. We want our kids, those 3 F's, to have fun, to build friendships, and to be in an environment where faith is integrated as part of our athletic program. So we're giving these kids memories literally that can last a lifetime. And we know that from so many of our Hall of Fame members who say, hey, over the 86 years of CYO, it has made an amazing difference in their lives. So thank you as parents. We want you to know how grateful we are for you and for your role. There are some important updates as far as calendars, things you want to pay attention to. This coming weekend is Parents Weekend. You're invited to come down on the field, pray with the kids as part of our CYO prayer. More importantly, parents, take a moment and thank the coaches and officials. They are dedicated to serving your children so they have a wonderful experience. It's important that they know that you appreciate who they are and what they do. So whatever you can do to reinforce that, that'd be appreciated. Secondly, our fall championships are going to be coming up soon, and we are busy right now preparing for our winter sports. So both of those things are happening at the same time. Talk to your AD. Check on our CYO website. We update it regularly. Just a quick plug, we have CYO tennis as well kicking in again at all 3 clubs. You might have noticed the 19-year-old is now #1 in the world for the first time and just won the US Open. Now, no, he did not play in our CYO program. He is from Spain. But maybe the next #1 could play in our program. So parents would love to have you in our CYO tennis program as well. We are facing some important challenges. And parents, I need to be forthright and ask you to co-own these challenges with us. #1, we need site directors. We have a number of sites for CYO basketball coming up, and yet we don't always have site staff to work at those sites. So it's equal to not having a site. So whatever you can do, parents, if you're open to that part-time work, it is a stipended paid position, but we need people there to make sure that the program operates in a quality way according to the standards and the mission of CYO. So we need your help. The second, though, I'm going to ask you, you've heard this before, I cannot emphasize it strongly enough. There is a national shortage and a local shortage of officials in all sports. As we head into this Parents Weekend, example, we have as many as 30 plus sites in volleyball that we are searching frantically to get officials. We have maxed out, we can continue to search everywhere we can. Well, that is true across many different sports. And the #1 and 2 reasons as to why there is a shortage, #1 is abusive behavior and language of parents toward officials, and abusive behavior and language of coaches toward officials. Now, I would just ask you, please, there is no place for that in CYO. You know that, we know that. And I've got some good news and bad news in that regard. The good news is 90% plus of our parents totally get it. They would never consider behaving that way, screaming at officials, yelling at a child, making it an unsafe environment because of their abusive behavior. They would never do it. To those parents, thank you. You are exactly the mission and values that we want to demonstrate and make it a great place for every child. However, The bad news, we have that 10% that not only would they think of it, they would do it. And here's the difficult part of it. Without exception, they do not know the harm that they are doing. They're unaware and clueless that their behavior is hurting kids. It's making officials quit. It's making people say, why are we in a Christian program when somebody is acting in that way? So in a very specific way, parents, I want to ask you, and hold on to this phrase, speak up and stand up. Anytime we see people behaving badly, acting or yelling at officials, yelling at children on either team in CYO, there's no place for that. You know that, I know that. Well, if the 90% remains quiet, what is going to happen is we're going to begin to have to take more extreme measures just to have officials at games. Games may have to be played during the week. Games that require multiple officials may not have multiple officials. And we have to somehow stop this trend where people think it's acceptable to act in an abusive manner toward officials. It never is. You know that, we know that, we're going to continue going at that. Please do all that you can to make that stop. Currently in our fall season and heading into our winter season. Lastly, I would ask parents, for you as well as for your high schoolers, we need more officials to get trained to become officials. When COVID hit, a lot of the older officials got out of officiating, and the hidden part of that is young officials coming in or leaving within 2 to 3 years, over 50%. So we have a high exodus, and the influx come in, they don't like to be treated badly or abused, and they leave. That is why we have to address the behaviors, but we also need more officials coming in. We have a high school officials academy run by CYO, and Nick Cream does a great job. We train high schoolers to officiate 3rd, 4th, 5th grade games. Check our website. We have information on both of those things. So consider becoming an official. Stand up and speak up anytime we see bad and abusive behavior at any CYO contest. You help build the culture of CYO, and so many of you do it so very well. Thank you. God bless you. We are committed to doing that as well, and know that we look forward to serving your child, having a great finish to our CYO fall season, and preparing for our winter season. God bless you, and peace be with you.